You keep feeling like you don't quite fit into the life that you're living. Because on paper, everything looks fine. You have a good job, a good family, the finances are stable, the bills are paid, everything's going smoothly. Life looks good, doesn't it? You get up, go to work, come home, eat, scroll, and repeat the same thing the next day. Everything in your life is steady and stable, but nothing really feels alive either. You watch what other people do and just copy them mindlessly, the same routines, the same goals, the same paths. It feels easier to follow what's normal than to question it and go against the grain. The thought of doing something different makes your palms sweaty, it makes your chest tighten. Not because it's dangerous, but because it's unfamiliar, and that creates uncertainty. You imagine people raising their eyebrows, questioning your motives, questioning whether you're okay, simply because you've chosen to go against the grain. You tell yourself it's not the right time, that you can't deal with all the questioning, so you say you'll think about it later. But later never comes. It just turns into another tired evening on the sofa, following the same mundane routines. You don't hate your life, and you probably feel quite grateful for it, but you feel like you're constantly on a default setting that fits you a bit awkwardly, a setting that you want to alter. That quiet irritation follows you around every day. It shows up when you're brushing your teeth, when you're getting dressed, when you're waiting for the kettle to boil. It's always there, a niggle in the back of your head, telling you that you could achieve more, that you could accomplish something greater. So you keep it to yourself. You don't want to face the questions that come with being different. You're not ready to tackle that just yet. Part of you worries that wanting more means that you're ungrateful for your current life. So you swallow that feeling and just get on with things as they are. But the feeling never goes away. It grows and grows and grows. When you think about changing direction, you look at discomfort as a warning sign, like proof that you're doing something wrong. But that's the feeling that often comes with doing something new, because new things don't feel safe at first, and that's completely normal. Think about the last time you walked into a room full of people you didn't know. You felt nervous and apprehensive, but why? It was your system trying to keep things familiar and safe, because historically safety meant survival. But those mechanisms are old now and significantly outdated. You do the same thing with choices. If a choice feels strange and makes you feel uneasy, you assume that it's the wrong one and you go with the familiar. So you stick with what you know, even though it keeps you glued to where you are. You also lean hard on other people's reactions. If they nod along to what you're doing, it makes you feel steady. And if they look unsure or doubtful, it makes you start doubting yourself, and their faces become your guide. This plays out in small ways every day. You say yes to plans you didn't want because it's easier than having to explain no. You take on extra work because you don't want the difficulty of reinforcing boundaries. You keep quiet about your ideas because you don't want to sound odd or be challenged. But every day you go home feeling flat. You feel invisible to yourself. In the evenings, you're too tired to think clearly, so you just scroll and let other people's lives wash over you. You compare your own life to their neat highlights, which makes your own direction feel even shakier. Every day you tell yourself you're being sensible, but in reality, you're just avoiding the discomfort of standing alone. If you keep choosing comfort over honesty, your life won't fall apart, but it won't move either. Years can pass like this, not in pain, but just in low-level numbness. You'll get better at explaining why you didn't try. You'll have a repertoire of reasons ready to use. You tell yourself you're being realistic, being smart, but deep down, you're avoiding the risk of being seen. And eventually, you'll face the guilt of not being able to face what comes with that. Going your own way doesn't feel brave at first. It feels lonely, it feels a bit clumsy and a bit stupid. People's repeated questions and raised eyebrows will continuously reinforce that as well. There's no rush of certainty, it's just you making a choice with limited evidence and limited backup. It feels like a leap of faith. But if you choose those less traveled paths, over time, something shifts. You start to trust yourself more because you're actually listening to yourself. You start to live in accordance with your own values. You still feel doubt, but you just stop letting doubt make every single decision for you. The quiet becomes less empty, and it eventually becomes a space where you can think. What felt like a lack of support eventually feels like room to move and grow. You begin to stand more comfortably in your own choices, in your own values. If you don't step into that space, no one else is going to do it for you. People can't follow that direction on your behalf. Staying where you are is so easy because it's barely a choice. And the heavy truth is this: if you keep waiting to feel comfortable before you act, you'll stay exactly where you are for the rest of your life. And that will be one of your biggest regrets.